to Strata Today, episode 3. Today we're speaking with Rob Duncan, who's the manager of Carlton in Business Network. Mr. Duncan, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks, Dean. Thanks for having me.
It's nice for us to catch up. Obviously, we're part of the Carlton in Business Network, so I thought it'd be a great idea to let our viewers understand more about the network, who you guys are and what you guys do.
Yeah, so first of all, Strata results. Welcome for joining. So it's good to have you on board. But I've been leading the program now for about 3 years, off the back of Carlton Business running for the last 6 years. And it was really how it all evolved. It started as a good corporate strong network of Carlton Football Club in the AFL, but built up over the years to now have, right at this point, 130 members, organisational based. There's probably not a category that we don't cover. There's probably a small few ones that have got holes here, but pretty much, in terms of all different categories, in terms of professional services, logistics, travel, hospitality, you name it. So there's something in there for everybody. So, but really, it's grown so much to the point that it's an independent networking environment. So it's not relying on people being Carlton supporters or even football. So it's actually club agnostic, which means that you don't have to be a Carlton person to be in it. In fact, 35% of our members now are non-Carlton related.
Surprising statistic.
Yeah, so I guess what that means is, people are now coming into, this program and this network because they've heard about it. We're very results driven in terms of providing our members opportunities to facilitate business.
Well, I mean, we've all been to networking events, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What's the power of effective and strategic networking against the, go to a venue, everyone has a drink and there's a whole heap of people sitting in the corner? What's the difference?
The big difference for us is, and look, there's an element of that because, your events piece is really important in terms of, us delivering high content, high premium network events. Terrific. But the biggest thing that really underpins our program is that we've got full-time commercial business connectors that really help drive outcomes, that Monday to Friday piece, and bringing you to the table with people that that are in your sweet spot. So it's important for us to get a download on every business, get really close to them about understanding them, what their pain points are, what they want to achieve out of being part of Carlton Business, because people's attitude going into it or agenda going into it does vary from one to the other. But we are very ROI driven. We can't guarantee companies the outcomes, but we can guarantee that they at least have the conversation and have the opportunity. And it's really powerful. So much so that in the last 18 months, we know we've facilitated over 40 million in transactions to the network, which is unbelievable.
Well, that was leading into my next question, actually, because 2020 was a total different dynamic. I mean, for every business we were impacted, right? So you be able, for the Carlton Business Network to be able to transact that kind of figure is outstanding. How did you do it?
Yeah, and look, we actually grew our membership in a pandemic, which was amazing.
Wow.
And the reason why is, I think that was at a time that networking actually become so important, even more so, and they could do it. And we don't like doing it, but we did it virtually. People were funny enough more accessible to be online because of they were at home, they're in their homes, and I think also people actually got to know the network a lot better because they just had time to do it. So we had really good outcomes from that. And but don't get me wrong. I mean, we're really looking forward to 2021 and getting through our suite of events and getting people together, because I think that's what us humans like to do naturally better, is actually to be with one another rather than do stuff virtually. So we had amazing outcomes. We actually grew our membership during last year, so we're really proud of that.
And with that excitement, obviously, for 2021, which everyone has, what's next for Carlton in Business? Obviously, you're always looking to be dynamic and growing, and I'm guessing that memberships spiked again. What is next? What do you envisage next for the network?
Great question, because that's what we're challenging ourselves now about, how we evolve and stay ahead of the game, because we're actually now the largest and number one leading corporate business network in the sporting landscape in Australia. So we're really proud of that.
Congratulations.
But it's all about retaining our members, having that retention. So it's really important about how we continually drive value for our members. And that may not always be a business transaction, it might be something else. So we need to work out how, already looking at what our 2022 and 23 program looks like. And there's a number of things that we're looking at doing. But one of them is that how we can actually come up with new unique experiences for our members. And so one of those things actually doing in this year's program is that we've actually hired out the whole of Cape Schenck Resort, and we're actually having a whole day, their big executive forum for our members, which will also be an overnight stay. So we just think getting people together for a long period of time, away from their homes and away from their work, is just such a really good, powerful way to get people to know people far more better than what they would normally go into a room, 1,000 people, and then they leave in 3 hours.
Unfortunately, I've lost too many golf balls there in Cape Schenck.
Yeah. So that's just another initiative, because we just think that that's just a way where people are going to get far more better outcomes in getting to know people, and that relationship build is really, really imperative.
Wonderful. Listen, Rob, thanks very much for taking 5 minutes to have a chat with Strata Results. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for the next episode of Strata Results. If you want to find out more about the Carlton IN Business Network, follow the link in the post and reach out to Rob and his team. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Dean. Thank you.